The success story of the Veenstra family has often been discussed. What Pieter has achieved over the years can be described as extraordinary. It borders on the unbelievable. If you read the listings and summaries, you can't do anything but come to the conclusion that we are talking about one of the world's best fanciers with a collection of top pigeons out one stock. Good comes out good is certainly applicable here. A lesson in life from Pieter Veenstra, who since 1997 has built up his stock and now has a marvelous empire with the very best all-round pigeons. The basis: Pieter started developing his pigeon bacillus as a teenager, and it later grew into an international phenomenon. After Pieter held a total auction in 1996, he made a new start in 1997. As said, it was clear to him that good pigeons were an absolute must. Therefore he went to obtain pigeons from no one less than Gerard and Cornelis Koopman. A central role in this was reserved for their Kleindirk and half-brother Noble Blue. Pieter was very lucky and became owner of probably one of the world's best sons of Kleindirk, namely Dirkie. Descendants have won a minimum of 96 times first prizes. But also top pigeons so as Darrell and the father of Mr. Blue, Mr. Sarazam, are all responsible for the success of Pieter Veenstra. Dolce Vita. This top hen had already won 3 times first prize in big competitions in 2009 and was also classified as 16th national best hen in the WHZB competition. She confirmed her class once again in 2010 by winning 3 times first in big competitions and a total of 19 times prize. These champions were sold on Pipa in 2012 in a record-breaking sale. Only a team of youngsters of these champions were kept on board to start the 2012 season with. Even though Pieter opted to have a quiet start to the season, his young birds quickly started to win top results, including most notably a 4th NPO Orleans of 7,000 pigeons. We are now a few years down the line and we see the youngsters and grandchildren of the aforementioned pigeons gain a prominent place in national and international races. Mr. Blue, Dolce Vita and the others feature time and time again in the pedigrees of many of today's champions in Pieter's pigeon loft and numerous other fanciers both in the Netherlands and worldwide. What follows is a number of national references with Pieter Veenstra pigeons from 2013 onward. The pigeons from Cornelis and Gerard Koopman weren't the only top buys that Pieter made after 1997. He also bought pigeons from a local champion which had the noble blood of Louis van Loon from Popel, Belgium flowing through their veins. The name of this Frisian champion: Anton van der Veen. We are thinking mainly of the cock Superquicker. He is directly from the Grand Master van Loon himself and produced at least 5 provincial winners. Pieter saw this and bought a now famous daughter from this Superquicker and gave her the fitting name Superquickster. She achieved the status of stock hen by Pieter Veenstra as she is mother of top and stock cock Mr. Blue. This super breeder is now already great-grandfather of at least 58 times first prize winners and various international and national ace birds. With this combination of pigeons he challenged the weekly races until 2001, from Serhuisterveen, a place in Friesland. He booked many victories and titles. NPO victories, teletext notations, national ace bird titles and more were raced from this location, which in 2001 was exchanged for a beautiful heritage de Grenshov, also in Friesland. Then the Veenstra family decided to settle in the Drachtster Company. For a long time they lived in an old dilapidated farmhouse, whilst the pigeons resided in a beautiful pigeon castle. Everything takes time, the new location, but also the new build-up, as all the racing pigeons were sold when they moved house. Luckily the sublime breeding stock offered some security, as it took just 2 years for Pieter to provide opposition at the highest level, achievable at national and international level. The standard bearer in the racing lofts in the first years was a marvelous blue cock called Mr. Blue. In 2003 and 2004, he won no less than 13 times prize won, 132 times prize 1-to-10 ratio. This resulted in the national titles: first National Ace Cock WHZB 2004, third National Ace Cock WHZB 2003. In 2005, this class pigeon was given a well-earned extra-large breeding box. With this, Pieter Veenstra would finally lay the foundation for the current prominent stock of Veenstra pigeons. The new generation, Da Vinci Cross Special Blue. It may seem bold to say, but we must really ask whether or not this is the best breeding couple in the world. In 2008, Pieter decided to pair these two pigeons with each other, and with this he put two Veenstra basis lines together. Da Vinci First NPO Ablis against 7,946 pigeons, is namely a son of Durkee Cross daughter Phoenix partner Special Blue is just as good. She is namely a daughter of Mr. Blue Cross Isra, daughter Cannibal. We could say the creme de la creme of the global pigeon world. In just 4 years, this super couple produced first prize winners and ace birds in the first, second and third generation. This couldn't be quicker or better. The toughest competition in the Netherlands is Wie heeft ze beter, WHZB. Pieter recognized this and over the years bought the best, whatever the cost or effort. Think of pigeons so as Terminator, First National Ace Bird Extreme Middle Distance, Phoenix, First National Ace Bird Middle Distance, Gladiator, First National Ace Bird Extreme Middle Distance, etc. Notable is that normally not all purchases mix well with the pigeon stock. This proved that Pieter had a unique stock of pigeons as the gross of the purchases mixed well. They are then pigeons which cross easily and are often of added value, as there are numerous national ace birds and winners of AO. This tough WHZB competition. Another important introduction came from Dirk van Dijk from Zandhoven, Belgium. He supplied Pieter with a top breeding hen. This hen, called Diamond Lady, is a full sister of Golden Lady. Diamond Lady is just as good. We find her in the entire Veenstra line. In both first, second and third generation, Rolex himself was first National Ace Pigeon 2009. Rolex continued to deliver excellent results for Pieter Veenstra and for numerous other fanciers both at home and abroad. Pieter Veenstra and Sons have had a great 2020 season, in which they had some rather spectacular results, especially in the one-day long-distance NPO. They got close to a victory NPO with a second Chalons and Champagne, Young Birds, 6th and 8th NPO Chateaudun and 9th NPO Troyes. Their most eye-catching results came about with the help of the bloodlines of SAMDPR legend Return Flojo, her dam Destiny Vita, her brothers Cartier, Versace and Japaloop, as well as some other brothers and sisters. After Pieter Veenstra sold his pigeons in the total auction in 2018, he was faced with the difficult task to restart in pigeon sport. His eye fell on the CHN17-0227000 Return Flojo, the star of the SA $1 Million race in 2018. She claimed the title first Grand Average Ace Bird SA $1 Million race 2018. After Return Flojo made her return to the lofts in Drachtstercampany, she was able to prove her breeding value for the first time in 2019. It turned out to be a golden move. Almost all the successes of the past 2 seasons can be traced directly back to Return Flojo and her family. Not only Return Flojo herself turned out to be a great breeder, but her brothers Cartier, Versace and Japaloop have also proven their worth on the breeding lofts. In 2021, Pieter and his sons took part in 3 different one-loft races: the Pattaya International Pigeon Race, the Victoria Falls OLR and the Derby Arona Tenerife. In all 3 competitions they played a leading role in the final with the pigeon at the top of the charts. Again, it was the Return Flojo family that made its mark. Thank you for watching. Until next time.